morning. We mentioned yesterday the exceptions. A person who is allowed to take a haircut during this Fiat Omer. There are many exceptions, but we mentioned yesterday the 3 Baalei Brit. Let's take a step back. The 33 days of the Omer, which the Jewish people have the minhag of avelut. Mikzat minhagi avelut. We have some minhagim avelut. Why? Let's go back to the Gemara Masechet Yevamot, Daf Samach Bet Amud Bet. The students of Rabbi Akiva, unbelievable catastrophe, astronomical numbers of students, 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva, the greatest of the great Tanaim. Rabbi Akiva was the Rebbe, and 24,000 of his students perished between the days of Pesach and Shavuot. An unbelievable historical tragedy and calamity. And because of this, the Gemara describes that the world, perhaps figuratively, became completely dark because of the amount of Torah which went to the grave, which was lost. And therefore we established, from then on, we're going to commemorate and memorialize both their death, but also the reason why they died. The Gemara tells us, Lo na'agu kavod ze bazeh. The Talmidei Chachamim did not have, on some microscopic level, the 100% level of respect towards each other. They're held to an extremely high level, and they were expected to have an extremely high level of respect and decorum towards each other. And because there must have been something minor that was lacking, HaKadosh Baruch Hu found in His infinite wisdom that it was appropriate to remove them from the world. And in order to remember that, we had the Avelut. Now, the question is, when did they die? So we mentioned between Pesach and Shavuot, but there is a difference of opinion. We, as Faradim, have a pretty homogeneous custom. But in order to educate ourselves and let ourselves about what else is going on in the world, we're going to share with you two other customs. Basically, there's two camps. Did the students of Rabbi Akiva die in 33, so to speak, consecutive days, starting from Pesach until Lag BaOmer, or according to our custom, the 34th day of the Omer, which we'll explain in a second, or did they continue to die between Pesach and Shavuot the entire time, except for the days where we don't say Tachanun? Okay, so everybody agrees that they died in this period of time, and the question is, when did they stop? When did the death stop? So our custom is that we basically say, based on the Midrash, that they died up until 15 days before Shavuot. So if you take over the accountants in the room, we give you some numbers early in the morning. 49 minus the 15 days of the Midrash, what are you left with? 34 days. Therefore, the custom of Faradim is that we continue the morning up until the 34th day of the Omer, and we don't have to continue with the entire day, because Mikzat Hayom Kikulo, when it comes to Avelut, even a portion of the day, a person is Noheg Avelut, that counts as the entire day. But we sort of, the Sfaradim, we had the simplest, most straightforward custom. And they died, as Midrash says, up until 15 days before Shavuot. 49 is the day of Shavuot, minus the 15 days, 34 days of the Omer. The Ramah is a little bit more complicated, the Minhag Ashkenazim. He has the Mashmaut that they died only up until the 33rd day of the Omer. It's the same basic idea, but it doesn't fit as precisely with the language of the Midrash. Okay, that they are Noheg the 33rd day of the Omer, because they say that the death stopped after 33 days. Once again, Mikzat Hayom Kikulo. They died for 33 days up until that point. There is a second approach, which is that they died, as you mentioned before, the entire time, all 7 weeks. Except, interesting math, if you subtract from 49 all the days where we don't recite Tachanun, which would include, starting from the second day of Pesach, 7 days of Pesach, 2 days Rosh Chodesh Iyar, 1 day Rosh Chodesh Sivan, and the 6 Shabbatot, you're going to end up with that number of 15. Okay? So that's going to bring you to the 33rd day of the Omer, and therefore some people have a custom that therefore you just have to have a 33-day mourning period, either in the beginning or in the end. What I mean by that, either until the 33rd day, that's 33 days right there, 34th day according to our custom, or from Rosh Chodesh Iyar, which is the 15th, 16th day of the Omer yesterday and today, until Shavuot. So Ashkenazim have this sort of the two customs. You could either do this as a custom from Rosh Chodesh Iyar, like today, until Shavuot. That's going to add up to 33. Or you could do from Pesach until the 33rd day of the Omer. You have two options. Our custom is Faradim, very homogeneous. As I mentioned, we go up until the 34th day of the Omer. That's the simple mashmut of the Midrash. That they died for throughout the time up until 15 days before Shavuot, which is the 34th day of the Omer.